Hello and welcome to the another series of coding. Today we will solve LeetCode problem minimum remove to make a valid parenthesis. Okay, here the problem is given to us. Okay, in this problem we will get the input string. Okay, then we have to remove invalid parenthesis. Okay, so valid parenthesis mean that it contain opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis, right? Like this. This is opening parenthesis. Okay, this is opening parenthesis. After that it should be contain closing parenthesis. Closing parenthesis. Then this is a valid parenthesis. Other if it is only have a opening parenthesis, doesn't have a closing parenthesis, that means it is an invalid parenthesis, right? So we have to do basically this problem, right? In this problem we got the LeetCode, right? And this LeetCode, uh, when the opening parenthesis came, the okay, one opening parenthesis, two opening parenthesis, and the closing parenthesis. So this is resolved. So this is a valid parenthesis, right? After that again a closing parenthesis, and this is and this have opening parenthesis. So this is a valid till now, it is valid, right? After that we got this closing parenthesis, and we doesn't have any opening parenthesis, so this is invalid and we have to remove this from our string, right? And we have to return string. Okay, so let me take into demo mode to get a further understanding, right? So I have highlighted these parentheses. Okay, and so what the data structure we will use stack. Okay, stack we will use. I have given short name as st. Okay, what we will do, we will iterate in this. We doesn't matter the what is the string value is, right? We will not care about the string, right? String position, we doesn't care about. We only care about parenthesis, right? We care about this. We doesn't. Okay, we will iterate through this after when we reach here. Okay, when it is opening parenthesis we will just append. Okay, if I equal to opening parenthesis, we will just append that parenthesis. Okay, and insist of appending parenthesis, we will append this index, right? Index value, what is it? 0 1 2 and 3, we will append index value. Okay, after that we will move here and so 3, after 3 it is 4, it is 5, so it is opening parenthesis, we will append the index value. After that, when it encounter I equal to closing parenthesis, it will check that stack top, this is the top of the stack, right? So stack top contain opening parenthesis, then yeah, it is open. When we will check that in s at index 4, it is opening parenthesis and this is closing parenthesis, so we will pop it out. Okay, so we will pop it out. Let me change the pen. Okay, we will just we remove that. Okay, we have removed there. After that we again I equal to closing parenthesis, we, and this is now, this become the top of the stack, and we will check that in the string this is a opening parenthesis. Yes, it is opening parenthesis, we will pop it out. Okay, now our stack contain nothing. Again we move here, we move here. Okay, here was a let me count this: 1 and 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, 10 11 12, whatever this thing. So our last index is 12. Maybe it value may be wrong, but for the, suppose that this is our last string, we got this. Okay, I equal to opening parenthesis. If it will check that stack top contain contain opening parenthesis, it doesn't contain, so then it will append this value, append this parenthesis, and it will append the it index, right? It will append its index. So it index is 12, right? It will append 12 here. Now we have found that this is an invalid index. Now our end of the, at the end of this iterated through, and okay, so at the end we will found that how many invalid parentheses are there in our string. So after that we apply a for loop on this stack, and we will pop what we will pop every in positions, right? We contain this position, we will pop this position only, and we will return that, return it's return a string, right? That's the logic we are taking it up, right? So let me take into demo mode. Okay, let me take coding section, right? Sorry. So let me zoom out it. Okay, this is enough. So what we will make, we will first convert our string into list, so we can perform push and pop operation, right? So okay, after that we will make an empty stack. Okay, now what we will iterate through our string or list. Okay, we will iterate through this. Okay, I will in our, so idx is the index and I is the value, right? In we will use enumerate enumerate function give our index and value as well. So we will use that. After that what we will do, we will check if I is opening or I is opening or closing. Okay, so I is it's a parenthesis whether, then we will perform, otherwise it will in, if it I is any a string value, a string character, then it will do nothing. If I is opening or closing, then it will perform some operation. So what operation is going to perform? First it will check that it is opening or closing parenthesis, and then it will check if I is opening parenthesis, then it will append its index value. Okay, index value, what we will append, index value stack dot append okay, append index value idx. That's why we use enumerate. After that, if it is a closing parenthesis, then it will check, first it will check if the stack exists. If stack doesn't exist, at the top of stack will not present. So first it will check the stack is present. Yes, it is, stack is present, and we will check that string of stack, this will give me it is a opening or closing parenthesis. So what we will do, minus I. Okay, and we will say this is a opening parenthesis. If it is opening parenthesis, then it will check that I is closing parenthesis, then it will pop value from the stack. Okay, so after that what we will do, let me, okay, after that we will, if a stack top doesn't contain opening parenthesis, then it will just append close parenthesis in the its index, right? So stack dot append idx. Okay, let me take here, when it was when stack was empty, right? Here stack was empty and this came here. So in the top of the stack there was nothing. So it basically appended, so it got in the else condition in this program. So okay, after that we will make a count. It will count how many times our pop operation are performed. Suppose that in our, let me take, in our we have removed this, right? I'll, okay, uh, just suppose that here was an invalid parenthesis. Okay, and this index was stored here. Okay, so what suppose what 0 1 2 3, so 3 index was stored here, right? So when we will remove this, our our length of this string got minus 1. Okay, okay. So initially it may be 13, initially it index was 13. Okay, 13, it contained 13 characters, but when we pop out this 3, then it will contain 12, and when we will pop out this 12 from this string, then it will give error, right? Because our every character are shifted by one place, and at this position there will be an empty string, so it will give you error. That's why we have to keep the track that how many elements we have pop out, and we will just minus from the that value we are popping out. Okay, first we will check if stack for I in stack. If stack exists, then it will perform the for loop operation. Okay, what we will perform pop operation. It will pop at index value. Okay, so I minus count. Okay, minus count. Why we have given suppose that you have popped. Okay, let me. Okay, suppose that you have popped here. Let's take this string. You have popped this. Okay, you have in the stack this index value. Okay, again, and this is a valid parenthesis. So basically this is a we have okay, we have this index value in our stack, and suppose that and here was another closing parenthesis. When we popped out this, so in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, when we popped out this, then our length of this string become 6, but initially what it was 7, and our stack value are contained based on length 7, right? So when we will pop out this value here, when another value, suppose that here was a closing parenthesis, and when we going to pop this here, then it will give that index is out of range, right? To avoid this error, we have just keep the track of how many elements we have popped out. Okay, and after that we just return what we will return. We will join it, and then we will return in the form of string. That's it. Okay, let me run this program. Okay, it's working fine. Yeah, it is pretty efficient, but not so good. But yeah, but you get the point. Okay, thank you guys for watching.